Hello, in this video I'm going to be going over my 2022 figure pre-orders. Given what I said about buying figures last year, I don't actually have a whole lot of pre-orders. I don't have like 50 like other people. I think I would drown in the amount of pressure of paying for things. But yeah, at this point we may as well just get into what I'm expecting to receive in 2022. So the first category I have here are figures that I pre-ordered and were released, but I still don't have yet. And that's just entirely to do with the shipping situation in Japan. So I've just let these ones go, but I'm definitely expecting Japan Post to bring back shipping to Australia this year. At some point, if I'm able to go on a holiday to Japan and I still can't get my packages sent to me, I'm going to scream. So the first of these figures is Natsuno from 13 Sentinels. I think she came out in July, and she's just been sitting in the CD Japan warehouse waiting for me. I really like the product pictures of this. I haven't looked at any reviews or user pictures for her, even though she's released. So I don't know if she's any good. I really hope she is. I think she even glows in the dark, which is cool, but I'm not sure if that's going to like keep me awake at night if I display her in my room. I'm gonna have to figure that out when she comes in, I guess. But otherwise, I think she's a really nice figure. I wish Kotobukiya did all of the characters from 13 Sentinels, despite how much of a bad financial idea that would probably be for both them and me. The other scale figure I have in shipping purgatory is High Elf Archer from Goblin Slayer by Fat Company. She came out in 2020. She came out in November 2020 and I still don't have her. Oh my god. I was smitten when I first saw this figure. I really loved the colors, especially how vibrant they were. The shading on this, I love. So yeah, I haven't looked up reviews. Don't tell me in the comments if this sucks, because I will then be disappointed. I think at the start of 2020, I was like scheduling down this review as something that was gonna happen like in the middle of the year. And maybe in the middle of 2022 instead. I'm still very excited for her and hope she turned out good. I also have two Nendoroids that I'm waiting on. I think they have both been released. I hope I'm right about that. The first of which is Dio from JoJo's. This is the part 1 version. Surprisingly, somehow, he is my first JoJo's Nendo. I just never liked how all of the other ones translated into Nendoroid form. I definitely prefer his colors and outfit in this version than his part 3 version, and the little stone mask is really great. I'm pretty pumped for this, I just have no idea when it's getting sent. So I think Dio is taking so long because I also ordered him with the Gyoza Fairy Nendoroid from Dorohedoro. It is what it is. That's it. I really didn't expect myself to be pre-ordering the Gyoza Fairy, but I found like some sketchy website that was selling them at a 2-for-1 deal, so I got Dio and the Gyoza Fairy. I don't have any reason to believe that I'm going to get scammed or bootlegged. However, if I do, we're gonna talk about it. This is really becoming a recurring pattern for me recently. But the Gyoza Fairy, initially I thought it was really weird and creepy. It kind of grew on me. I think it's funny, especially when they only did the Gyoza Fairy and they didn't do like any actual characters from the series. It's just... why? So this next section is my actual current pre-orders that are releasing in this year. So the first two are Nendoroids, which at this point, I think they come out today, like the day I'm recording this. The first of which is Kokoro from Princess Connect. I watched about 2 episodes of the anime, so I really couldn't care less about her as a character, but I find Kokoro's design really appealing. I really love the greens and how vibrant they are. She also had a scale figure by Furyu in the last year or so, and that looked really good. I thought about getting that and decided not to, and I've ended up with the Nendoroid, so that's good enough for me. And then also with Kokoro is Shinobu from Demon Slayer. I think Shinobu will be my last Demon Slayer Nendoroid. My opinion on the existing Demon Slayer Nendoroids go from very, very bad to very, very good, and I'm hoping Shinobu sits on the very, very good scale. At this point, if I keep going, I'm going to end up buying all of them, even if I don't care about the characters. So I'm stopping myself at Shinobu, unless there comes a point where there's a new character I really, really like, and they also get a Nendoroid. Bundled up with them is the Ilya Nendoroid. This Nendo is really, really cute. I was super surprised it didn't exist before. She's got some great faceplates, and I really like her costume, and aside from that, it doesn't look like she has a whole lot of stuff, but hey, it's just Ilya. I just wanted to stand there and look cute, and that's what she'll do. Moving on from the start of the year and Nendoroids, I have 2 scale figures expected to release in June. The first of which is Mythos's Jinx. Really interested to see how this actually turns out. Her face looks a little too Harley Quinn and a little too heavy on the lipstick. However, that doesn't bother me because I've always felt like she's sort of Harley Quinn anyway. And the rest of the figure just looks amazing. I'm sure a lot of people are buying this just because they really like Arcane. And I think this is probably my favorite scale from League of Legends. This should also be my first figure from Mythos, so I'll get to see their quality in person, but probably after some delays. Don't imagine this actually comes out in June. My other scale pre-order in June is this one, and I still don't know if her name is Rice or Reese or Reese. I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure that out, but she's from Trials of Mana. It is by Flare, so I think this is also my first figure from them as well. I feel like this is a theme for my pre-orders where they're very green. I don't know what it is, but I really like the green on this. The same as Kokoro and the same as High Elf Archer. I don't know, they look really pretty to me. If the shading doesn't look anywhere near as good as this prototype, I'm gonna be real mad that I spent like however much money on a oversized Tinkerbell, but I have faith. Surely it's gonna be good, right? And then in September, I have Pyra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I've just done a whole video about this figure, the entire journey I've taken to get my hands on her. She better be in my hands by October at the latest, or else I think I might be legitimately cursed. But if you want to know more about that, go ahead and watch that video too. I'm expecting her to look really good in person. I want to see all the textures and details of her armor, and I definitely want to slide her next to Mithra because that's been a long time coming. So that's all the figures I've currently pre-ordered for this year, but I am looking to order maybe a few more pretty soon. So I'll just quickly go over those because they very well could have made this list. The first one is Luo Tianyi, I think is her name, who is a V-singer by Black Ray. This figure looks really stunning. I think the only thing stopping me from ordering at this point is I don't know anything about Black Ray. I may just take a chance anyway because she looks so pretty. I love those blue leggings. It's the best thing ever. Next is Haruhi from Kadokawa. Something about that face really speaks to me, and I feel like I should have some Haruhi merch, especially after I broke that Nendoroid a couple of years ago. I've been preparing to start reading the light novels, so if that gets me back into Haruhi, I may end up picking up this figure. So next is Elementalist Deluxe from League of Legends by Good Smile Company. I have full faith in GSC that this will turn out really great. Now that I pre-ordered Jinx, I feel more comfortable just buying League figures because I can. This one looks really cool. I like the base. I'm sure they'll make a bajillion of them and I can just buy one when she comes out anyway. I've been very impressed with Apex's prototypes, and I think it might finally be time for me to try one out. And my favorite of those has been this. I'm actually not going to try to pronounce her name because I know I'll get it wrong. I really like the base and I really like these colors. So she just might be the one to tip me over and try Apex and just buy a random Genshin figure because why not? Next we have Radio Eva Asuka Part 2. It seems like everyone loves this figure and everyone's buying this figure. I don't know whether to go with the crowd or be contrarian and be like the only collector who doesn't buy this one. She's definitely a really pretty figure. I love the style they've gone with. I'm not sure how much I like her more than any of these other ones I've talked about, and I'm still trying to think through, do I want her or not? And the last figure I'll be talking about is Riser by Max Factory. This whole thing just looks like a really beautiful figure, so I really hope she turns out great. The only thing is I just need to think through if I need another Riser in my collection, but I think at this point the answer might be a yes. I've been very close, I've just been waiting on some coupons to knock that price down a little bit more, but I think this is the one I'm leaning towards the most, her along with the Black Ray V-Singer. So those are all the figures and pre-orders that I'm waiting to either be shipped, released, or for me to order them. I could probably buy all of them if I really wanted to, but I just don't have the space for anything anymore, so everything I get kind of eats into my space budget more than anything at this point. Other than that, let me know down in the comments what you have pre-ordered for this year. I'm really keen to know. If you liked the video, remember to hit that like button, and if you're not already, while you're doing that, also click that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. So until next time, this has been the Ando Experience, and I'll catch ya in the next one. Bye.